Welcome to A Director's Take, the podcast that delves into the world of digital video communications, where video now generates more online traffic than any other media. So today, we'll discuss the power of sharing achievements online gracefully. That's right, gracefully, because we don't want to come across as braggarts or anything like that. Let's put it this way. Every generation struggles for a balance between being humble and self-promoting. No one wants to come across as an egotistical fool, yet everyone knows that in this digital age, self-promotion really drives success. Is there a secret formula that drives this perfect balance? Join me as I share the 5 strategies for sharing achievements gracefully online, driving trust, and making a lasting impact on your audience. That's today's episode. Let's get started. To share achievements online gracefully, attacking that subject is really important. And I want to do it by sharing a story about Alex, because I think it's the easiest way to help you to comprehend how this works. Alex was pretty much on an upward mobility trajectory as an entrepreneur. He found a way to really balance humility and self-promotion in his online presence. He was never overwhelmed by his audience, and he never overwhelmed his audience. He did not list his accolades like, oh, well, I've done this, 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 and this, therefore I can tell you about these things. No, he didn't brag either, saying, oh, yeah, well, I learned that from so-and-so who's a multi-million. No, he didn't do any of those things. Instead, he shared stories. He crafted compelling stories that showcased the challenges that he faced. Notice I said the challenges he faced, not the success that he had, although the success became obvious because of the story, but he focused on showcasing the challenge. And then he went into the lessons learned. From that, he then shifted to the other people. He reviewed positive impact on others that he made and the team, what they did to make it all possible. Alex had won an industrial award, and he did a post to share the heartfelt thankfulness and gratefulness he had for his team, who actually created the innovation for the award that he won. He talked about their hard work and their dedication to the project. He spoke to the collective efforts of everybody involved and really celebrated and shared their accomplishments. He also included the audience and their role in it because they helped conform the item to be a useful tool. Audience input was so important to him, he felt compelled to thank his audience in his speech, his acceptance speech. So when you take a look at this process that Alex really used, we're going to kind of tear it apart a little bit and see how it is that we can get across our achievements without sounding like we're bragging or all of that. His process actually reminded me of a quote, if I can remember it. I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Now, I think you've all heard that quote before, and I've found in my research that it's been attributed to multiple people. Maya Angelou, I think is how she pronounces her name, is the person that is attributed to more than anyone else. Although I guess there's a lot of debate based on the historical information. But aside from that, the quote is still true. How we communicate our achievements can leave a lasting impression on others. So we don't want to communicate in a way where they think we're stuck up. We want to communicate in a way where they can feel the compassion and the celebration of the victory. So by focusing on creating positive emotions instead of listing out the wins, we can avoid the negative perception that might typically arise out of too many self-promoted events. So Alex achieved that by balancing what I would refer to as his self-promotion with a little bit of grace and tact. So if we do the same, if we ensure that we're going to find a balance with our self-promotion by using grace and tact in the storytelling of the promotion, we should do fine. Now, after I learned how he positioned things, based on the statements he made, I came up with 5 strategies that's going to help you to figure out how do we balance that grace and tact within our, accomplishment list. So here's the strategies. The first one is going to be to focus on the story. So instead of solely highlighting the end result, what Alex basically did was he told a story about what problem was out there and what they thought might work and how they made adjustments to move forward and what they suddenly realized and came up with. And here's how it impacted other people and how other people added to it to make it even better. And all of a sudden you realize that you're talking about everybody but you. And that's what Alex did. Now, of course, he oversaw the whole thing and directed a lot of that. But the fact is, he did not just say, look at my win. He said, look at what these people did. It was a shared journey. It was the challenges and the setbacks and the lessons learned. And by sharing that kind of process, you actually create a more relatable and inspiring story. And that story will resonate with the audience. It's really important to make sure you connect with the audience. Then, of course, when he was celebrating it, he acknowledged the contributions by those that supported the journey, even the audience. He highlighted the individuals that played significant roles along the way. And that in itself is really a demonstration of humility and gratitude. Because when you put the focus on those key players instead of yourself, oh my gosh, that is so good because people now can trust who you are in your accomplishments as well. When we recognize and appreciate the whole collective effort that everybody participates in, there's no bragging then, none whatsoever, because it's well shared with everybody. So we want to make sure that somehow within this story that we're providing the listener some form of value. So as you're sharing the accomplishment, you want to do it in a way where you reveal the benefit and how it inspires other people. If you're sharing insights, share the lessons learned and the strategies that can actually help the audience so they can take advantage of it and use it themselves as well. Share any valuable takeaway that you gained. Heck, you can even create a resource and give it away for free. By doing that, you certainly have done quite a lot of self-promotion without talking about you at all. It's all about how you're helping the other people with these things. So how do we practice this balance? Balance sharing achievements and engaging others is the best way to do it. Find a way that every time you need to share an achievement, ask yourself, how can I get the people engaged in a way where they're asking about it as compared to me just shoving it down their throat? You want it to be a genuine situation. And you want to avoid any kind of overwhelming them with excessive numbers and promotional information and, oh, look, we did this and we got 80% of this and who cares about numbers? We care about how you connect and engage with the people, how you make them feel, and how you help them by sharing how you succeeded. Okay, we also want to get them to give feedback immediately. You want active participation in a conversation. And I know that's hard to do online. I get it. It's really hard. But if you're doing a live online thing, you can take questions and answers, the Q&A session live. Most software allows you to do that today. If it's not live, if it's just a video presentation, just think about a couple audience members that you know and how you can get them to engage so that they type into their comments. The key is you want to show genuine interest in the others and what they'll accomplish as a result of your accomplishment. So create a community in some way, shape, or form, even if it's just a group of followers. Figure out how you can engage them, how you can communicate with them, how you can get information across that will help them while you're listing out your achievements. By demonstrating your humility, your willingness to contribute back to them, the focus is going to be on everything but you. And that's a great way to do it. And of course, the last tip here is that you have to be authentic. All of this has to be authentic. Authenticity plays a significant role in how achievements are perceived. So you have to be genuine and avoid embellishing your accomplishments. Oh my gosh, that's the easiest thing to do, especially for people that like to be on camera. It's so easy to inflate things because you're on a roll and you're just trying to make it bigger and better and entertaining. And yeah, too many of us are guilty of that. Yeah. So you want to share your successes without embellishing, without exploding, without putting a billboard up. Always do it from the focus of the person you're trying to help. Share your successes with integrity and transparency. Just be honest about it. Let your genuine passion and enthusiasm stay. You can still let it shine, and that will be the excitement in of itself. All right, so we want you to give it a try. Incorporate your achievements into your online profile and do it using a delicate balance of self-promotion and humility by salting in grace and your focus on being on other people. Alex did it, right? He focused on storytelling, celebrating others, providing value, practicing the balance, and most importantly, being authentic. Remember, it's not solely about what we achieved, but how we make others feel as we share. By incorporating these strategies into your online presence, you can navigate the delicate balance that's needed between humility and self-promotion. And as a result, you'll create a digital profile that showcases your true accomplishments gracefully. And of course, the positive impacts that will get people to be engaged is a great bonus benefit. Have a great day.